What is up, YouTube? Today we're going to be going over a tip that actually a lot of passers are going to be using when you're running the gun bunch. This effectively works the same out of any kind of shotgun formation, but do keep in mind that understander is probably some of the worst blocking we've seen in quite some time. Are you struggling to stop the run? Be sure you check out Madden for a full guide covering all the meta formations from I-form close to heavy panther. So we're going to be in the West Coast offense. Really, I just wanted to get this to go into gun bunch. And we're going to be going against 3-4 for this offensive tip and how you can get a little bit better pass blocking when you got some serious pass rushers. That's why we got the Los Angeles Chargers for Joey Bosa, which I think he has edge threat or something like that. I'm going to make sure that he is on the field. There he is. Perfect. Beautiful. So we're going to go into just a cover 3 sky. The coverage really doesn't matter. There are a few things we need to worry about with this. So let's go into gun bunch. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and flip it. The important piece to this is when we go through the double team and ID the mic, it's important to have the running back on the same side of where you plan on IDing the mic. For example, we know Joey Bosa is on the right side, and so we're going to have our running back on the right side to just help the blocking over there. So let's go ahead and go into wide receiver post. All right, so really simple trick. It is especially effective. For example, I'm sure you guys have played him. If they have Lawrence Taylor out on this edge with edge threat and finesse specialist or something like that, some crazy chemistries, it's going to really help when you go against somebody like this. In this situation, it still is going to be somewhat effective, especially since Joey Bosa is more of a finesse pass rusher than a power. So right here, what we want to do is we actually want to get a chop block on, I don't know how you say that guy's name. I don't know how you say it. That guy right there that's currently highlighted, we're going to get our running back to try and chop block him. So this is something really popular that Skimbo was doing against a 4 and sometimes a 3-man pass rush, is what he would do is he would double team a defensive end. It'd be either side, just kind of depending on who the pass rush, who was generating a lot of pass rush and who he needed to get chop block, is he would double team the defensive end and then ID this guy right here, the outside linebacker that's going to be pass rushing. So we're going to go ahead and snap this ball. I'll show you guys kind of what's going to go on right here. A big key to this is just to step up into the pocket and don't drop too far back, because sometimes your running back may miss the block. So we'll snap this ball, and you can see right there, we get the block. Occasionally what you really want to do is you want him to get a chop block on it, but you can see right there Joey Bosa's getting off the edges clean. More often than not, what you'll find is the running back's going to get a chop block, and what I mean by that is he's going to go pretty much head first and take out the ankles of that outside linebacker. But this is something that is guaranteed to happen every single time. Again, you're going to double team a defensive end, and then you're going to ID the outside linebacker. There is something really important, which we'll get into later into this video, about using this and when not to use it. But you guys can see right here, we're constantly picking up that time. Again, I don't know why he's not wanting to do a chop block. This is a cover 3, so we should never have thrown that. But you know what? This is Madden 20. Sometimes you just get away with crazy crap. So you can see right there, if you're going against an edge threat, something that's just insane off the edge, it's probably going to be best to just do this little technique and double teaming the defensive end and then IDing the outside linebacker, whoever you expect to be the pass rush linebacker. Now, if it's just like a cover 4 drop stroke 2, there's really no need to do this. You could essentially just double team whatever defensive end is consistently coming in and then just max protect or whatever the case may be. Generally speaking, though, we're not really going to be looking to that. We're going to be looking for this as a 4-man pass rush. Now, here's the trick. We're going to go into pinch bucko. This is not, by no means, do not use this if they're sending a blitz at you. It's going to cause a complete mess on your blocking of your offensive line. So we're going to a pinch bucko. We're going to go ahead and set this blitz up. We'll do the exact same thing. This time we'll do a max protect. We already got a max protect with this wide receiver post, which is kind of nice. We'll go wide receiver post again. Running back is on the right side. We'll go ahead and send this blitz. So now we're sending 7. We're going to go ahead and set it up as per usual, and it's not going to work as effectively just because it really screws up the blocking behind it. And so right here, we're going to go ahead and try and get a chop block. I'm assuming this guy right here is more likely going to come in free, or this guy is going to come in free, or somebody's going to come in free. Odds are very high. Somebody is right here. You can see right there. We actually get really lucky. I'm surprised we picked that up. 9 times out of 10, if you do that, you almost never, ever finds yourself able to pick it up. Now, that would have been offsides because this is Madden 20. Maybe we need to stop some contains and bring our user down here. This is what a lot of people like to do, and just do something like this. So we're going to try that one more time. Again, we'll try double teaming the defensive end. The order doesn't really matter. Just do make sure that when you set the mic that it doesn't move. You'll find sometimes it shifts around. I don't know why or what causes that, but just be really careful when you do that, so you're just aware of what's going on. So snap this ball. You can see that time we got the defensive tackle and what is close to a nano blitz for Madden 20's sake. So this is a big thing that you're going to find that's going to happen frequently when you're trying to do this double team and ID the mic against a Sense 7 with a hover on it. Is one of these guys, as I was talking about, is going to come through clean. In this instance, it was the defensive tackle quite literally gets unblocked and nobody pays attention to him whatsoever. And you can see right there, free shot at the quarterback for an easy sack. So this is really good for those that like to send a 4-man pass rush. We can try it with, let's go ahead and try it with a 5-man pass rush and see what it looks like. We're going to go ahead and just show the same look. You can see right here, it's clearly a 5-man. We're going to go ahead and double team Joey Bosa and ID this outside linebacker. We're going to go ahead and hover on top of that and just see what happens. We'll see if it's efficient or if it's not efficient. I'm going to go ahead and just keep it consistent, man myself up to the running back as well. Snap this ball. You can see that time we get the chop block. But again, you see Joey Bosa's coming through pretty quickly. And the reason behind that is just because the double team really isn't set as well as if it was a 4-man pass rush. As we go into instant replay, you guys will see exactly what I'm talking about. So what hovering does and what it's done in multiple years past is it just confuses the AI on the offensive line and who they are supposed to block. The way that the offensive line works this year and in past years, they just assume whoever's at the offensive line is just somebody that's pretty much automatically blitzing, especially if you're hovering. It's a way that the AI thinks. I don't understand why, but that's how it is. And you can kind of see what happens right here. Joey Bosa, while this guy drops into coverage, Joey Bosa doesn't really get a good double team and is able to shed through because technically it's just a one-on-one block, and eventually that tackle passes it off to the guard. The guard just gets insta-shedded, and you can see right there, Joey Bosa is just able to come through a lot quicker than if it was a good double team. So with that being said, this little tidbit that Skimbo would be using, it's not something you want to use against a blitz. It's something that you want to use against more so stock pass rush, like a 4-man pass rush. A 3-man pass rush, you can't get away with it. What I would do in the 3-man pass rush is I'd double team whoever I need to, and then ID him as well. So when he gets shedded, the running back, if you're in the right spot of the pocket, is hopefully going to go over and chop block him. So there's a couple things you just got to be aware of when you're running this. It goes for cover 4, cover 2, cover 3. Any 4-man pass rush, it's going to work. Now, there is one thing I want to go over, and this is kind of going to represent a 4-3, is nickel. They should have a nickel normal in this. If not, 2-4-5 may work. Let's just go 4-4. Keep it simple. So again, we're gonna go back into West Coast, and this is gonna be slightly different the way that it reacts. You're still gonna get a double team, but the way that the offensive line is gonna essentially pass it off is gonna be slightly different. So we'll go ahead and double team. Whoops. Wait, what did I just do? Oh, I just ran commit. Whoops. So we're gonna go ahead and ID, and let's just, you know what? Let's do this. Let's double team this guy and ID Joey Bosa. Now, a big thing with this is if you are IDing somebody on the opposite side of the running back, there's 2 options for you. Flip it or just motion this guy over. I prefer to flip the play because then you're able to motion out a wide receiver if you need to, if that's part of your offensive scheme. And then we'll go ahead and I'm going to hop on to this guy right here. Snap this ball. Joey Bosa should get insta-shedded. Surprisingly, there's a chop block. I don't know what happened right there. The pass rush just got absolutely manhandled. But generally speaking, what's going to happen is since Joey Bosa is not a power move specialist, he's a finesse rusher. I don't know. He's going to get off the edge. And as we saw earlier, and as we saw just right there, your running back is either going to pick him up or it's usually, I think it's depending on the pass rushing stats, they'll generally go for a chop block if it's a defensive lineman. At least that's what I've seen from the tendencies of me using this little, I guess you could say, offensive tip and getting a little bit better pass protection. So with that being said, that's going to take care of this video. If you guys have any further questions, please feel free to ask me down below in the comment section. Let me know other things you guys want me to cover. And until next time, guys, get in the lab. This has been T Meister. See ya.